From the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niketh Karunaratne.
Hello there, very warm welcome indeed, and I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
The central bank order on reducing interest rates on lending services has been launched. Several articles of archaeological value taken out from Sri Lanka during the colonial era are to be brought back. Important development activities to continue despite economic difficulties. A target to fulfill 70% of the island's electricity requirement from renewable sources. Investigations into the mysterious deaths of turtles. A 4-kilometer-long traffic congestion in the Southern Expressway. An increase in global warming obstructs shipping in the Panama Canal.
Moving on to local news in detail now. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has taken a decisive action by issuing an order to lower interest rates on lending products provided by all licensed commercial banks with effect from yesterday. Criteria relating to interest rates has been presented through order issued under the Financial Act No. 58 of 1949. The order stipulates that pawning facilities should carry an annual interest rate of 18% and credit card advances should be subjected to an interest rate of 28%. Accurate information and data on interest rates should be presented to the central bank by relevant banks. The CBSL has also mandated that licensed banks reduce the annual nominal interest rates for all new and existing dominated or lending products, excluding credit card facilities, and pawning interest rates by a minimum of 250 basis points by October 31st this year and an additional 100 basis points by December 31st this year. The reduction is in comparison to the interest rates prevailing as of July 31st this year. Professor Vasanta Atukorala of the University of Peradeniya said that the people in the entire country are being benefited by bringing down the pawning interest rates and to order a fixed value for the interest rates on bank overdrafts and fixing an interest rate on credit cards. He added that, however, these measures alone would not create the necessary background for economic growth or immediate economic recovery. State Minister Ranjit Siyambalapitiya says the government has allocated funds for all essential development work in the midst of economic difficulties. State Minister has made these remarks at an inspection tour on reconstruction of the Garagoda Bridge in Yatyanthota. The 123-year-old bridge is in a dilapidated state with restrictions of vehicle transport. A sum of 465 million rupees has been reserved for reconstruction. Sabaragamu Province Governor Navin Dissanayake has also participated in the tour. State Minister Ranjit Siyambalapitiya said that the Garagoda Bridge, constructed in 1900s, links a large number of villages with the Yatyanthota town. Only a motorcycle or a three-wheeler is able to pass over the bridge. He further said that even under the serious financial constraints, the President has allocated 465 million rupees through last budget for the reconstruction purpose. He has also expressed optimism over the ability to commence reconstruction work shortly.
In further news, the offshore wind roadmap for Sri Lanka was launched at the Ministry of Power and Energy yesterday. The roadmap includes plans to fulfill 70% of the entire electricity requirement by the year 2030. The government's policy is to have carbon neutrality in the electricity generation by 2040. Accordingly, 1 gigawatt of offshore wind capacity is scheduled to be installed. It has also been planned to reduce annual carbon emissions to 1 million metric tons and increase the capacity to 4 gigawatts by 2050. Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara has participated in the launching event, which is funded by the World Bank.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says the construction of the multimodal transport centre will be completed before the end of the year. It was unable to complete the construction of this project, which was initiated as a remedy to the traffic congestion in the Kandy city for the past 7 years. The minister has made these observations at the occasion of the opening of the Kandy City Railway Station and the Kandy Supervisory Management Office complex today. 5 million rupees have been spent on the reconstruction of the Kandy Railway Station under direct allocations of the Department of Railways. The new railway station provides immense relief to passengers travelling in trains between Kandy and Matale. The Supervisory Management Building was constructed under the Strategic Urban Development Project at a cost of 80 million rupees. This division is engaged in the construction and reconstruction of buildings and culverts owned by the department from Matale to Navalapitiya. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that a plan has been prepared to amalgamate all transport media by removing the goods shed about 7 years ago. Accordingly, plans are underway to set up a multimodal transport centre equipped with all facilities and latest technology. It is hoped to commence construction within the year. The minister also said that it is hoped that the country would have some breathing space by next month with the receipt of the debt restructuring plan.
උස්ම ගන්න අවස්ථාව ලැබෙයි කියන අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. ඒ ලැබුණොත් හෙට එච්චර කරවල නැහැ. ආපහු මේ රටේ නතර වෙලා තියෙන සංවර්ධන ව්‍යාපෘති පටන් ගන්නවා.
In the meantime, brain activity of a person is reported to be of extreme importance for dissemination of intelligence and social behavior. Preservation of the brain health enables a person to understand his or her abilities. The brain's health directly affects a mental as well as physical health. A healthy brain has a positive impact on everyone, which in turn helps to have a positive society as well as a positive impact on the economy, as it directly contributes to the well-being of the society. Exercising is a good contributor for better physical health. Researchers also pointed out the importance of regular exercising for the brain's health and mental health, and a balanced diet also helps to enhance the health of the brain. Tobacco and liquor consumption is extremely harmful for health and especially on the health of the brain. In the meantime, the Kandy Asala Festival is considered to be the largest gathering of the tamed elephants in Sri Lanka. Therefore, organizers of the Asala Perahara are burdened with a huge responsibility which ensures the health and well-being of the elephants who are being taken to Kandy from various parts of the island. Rupavahini correspondent Asanka Nilagaratna today filed a report related to the massive health campaign targeting elephants in Kandy. It is today's theme of our special segment, Majestic Tuskers. Brought from different provinces of the country. It is extremely important to be vigilant, focusing the attention on the health condition of these elephants. Veterinarian Dr. Tarindu Vijayakoon is the main figure behind the health campaign on elephants. He said that when inspecting elephants, there are several factors that have to be taken into consideration. He said that they looked whether the elephants are in good health in every stage of the Perahara, especially in the most important Randoli Perahara in last few days of the festival. Elephants taking part in the parade are stationed at the premises of the Sri Dalada Maligava and the 4 Devalayas for more than 10 days. Veterinarians check the health conditions of the elephants as
පෙරහැර පටන් ගන්න කලින් පෙරහැරට පැමිණෙනාලි සියලු දෙනාම පරීක්ෂා කරලා බලනවා. මේකේ වාර්තාවක් අපි ලබා දෙන්න ඕනේ. පෙරදිනේ පශුවෛද්‍ය පීඨයේ මහාචාර්ය දංගොල්ල මහත්මයාටත් කර්දිවැන්න නිලමතුමා
Report on the health conditions of all elephants participating in the pageant is being prepared by the veterinarian of the Peradeniya University and handed over to the relevant officials. Duties entrusted upon the veterinary unit of the Sri Dalada Maligava do not end until the conclusion of the Perahara on each day.
සමහර අවස්ථා තියෙනවා ඇත් ගොව්වන්ට පමණක් මෙල්ල කරගන්න බැරි වෙන අවස්ථා. ඒ වගේ අවස්ථාවලට අපිට ඒ අලිය ඇතු නිර්වින්දනය කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. අන්න ඒ වගේ
The veterinarian Dr. Tharun Vijayakonda said that in an event when an elephant keeper was unable to control his elephant, tranquilizers have to be used on that particular animal.
ඒ සම්බන්ධ අපි සියලුම වෛද්‍ය ප්‍රතිකාර ටික සපයනවා.
Not only the physical health, the mental health of the elephant is also a crucial issue. The veterinarians point out that these animals harbor feelings of friendship and enmity.
වෙනාලියෙක් බලන්න ගිහිල්ලා එතකොට ඇත් ගොව්වට ආදරෙන් ඒ දෙන්න හිතමනාප වෙනවා. ඔය වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි හිතමනාපකම් වගේම සමහර අලි ඉන්නවා මේ දවස් 10 ඉඳලා එකට ඉඳලා
When a mahoush shows affection to one elephant, another elephant may show expressions of displeasure. At the same time, some elephants build very strong and cordial friendly relations with certain other elephants.
විශේෂයෙන් දෑල අලි දානකොට අලි තුන් දෙනා යනකොට ඔය යාළුකම් හරිම ප්‍රයෝජනවත්.
Large crowds, as usual, are watching the first Randoli Perahara of the current Asala festival of Kandy, which is presently parading the streets.
In the meantime, the government of Netherlands decided to return several archaeological items snatched from Sri Lanka to Europe during the colonial era. A delegation comprising of State Secretary of Cultural Affairs of the Netherlands, Gernot Slu, is scheduled to arrive in the island tomorrow to sign an agreement in this regard.
Sri Lanka has been subjected to aggressions by the Portuguese, the Dutch and the English since the 16th century. Many ancient cultural artifacts plundered and dispatched out of the country by the Europeans are still displayed in museums in Western countries. The Netherlands government believes that there are around 2,500 Ceylonese artifacts in museums in their country. The Netherlands government will act in collaboration with Sri Lanka to determine the state of these items through scientific analysis. The Netherlands government in the year 2021 has come to a policy decision to return archaeological treasures stolen from their colonies. It has already been established that among the archaeological items were 6 precious weapons of the Kandian era. They are presently being displayed at the Rijksmuseum in the city of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. The most important item among these looted treasures is considered to be the artillery of Loke. Historical explorations have revealed that Loke Disava, a popular warrior in the Kandian kingdom, had received an artillery gun carved with local golden and silver design from the Dutch, and he had gifted this precious item to King Sri Vijayaraja Singha in the year 1765. When the Dutch army conquered Kandy, they have reportedly taken it back to the Dutch lands. Under the agreement, 2 firearms known as Mahatuakku, manufactured entirely with Sri Lankan technology and used in the Kandian era, are also scheduled to be handed back. Archaeologists say that these guns, turned out in royal blacksmiths in the Kandian era, was equipped with many safety strategies which were not available in foreign weapons of this type during the time. One of the safety precautions was that it provided security to the person who uses it for shooting. 2 swords made of gold and silver and another knife made of gold during the Kandian era are also among the archaeological items to be handed over. The golden sword of the king was decorated with local carvings and embedded with gemstones and diamonds. The silver sword also bears carvings and displays the creativity of ancient Ceylon to the world. The government of Netherlands says they are acting in collaboration with the Sri Lankan government to identify the remaining archaeological items and to return them to the island.
In the meantime, research is being conducted on the mysterious deaths of turtles reported on several days in the western coast of the island. Carcasses of 21 turtles and several ailing turtles were found in the area over the span of 4 days. Sri Lankan coastal belt is considered a breeding zone for turtles. In the Sri Lankan offshore, 5 out of 7 main turtle varieties can be found. Turtles have been conserved by law as a protected marine species. The carcasses were found from the beaches of Colombo and Negombo over 4 days in the last week. The incident has focused stern attention of authorities, scientists and environmentalists. The investigations are being jointly conducted by the Department of Wildlife and the Nara Institute. The scientists have pointed out several reasons for the deaths of the marine species as groups. The illegal fishing activities such as dynamite explosions under the sea causes a strong threat on the lives of marine species.
Large crowds, as usual, were watching the first Randoli Perahara of the current Asala Festival of Kandy is presently parading the streets. Today, Perahara of the Asala Festival of Sri Dalada Maligava. The Kumbal Perahara series concluded yesterday, paving way to commence the glamorous Randoli Perahara. During the weekend, thousands of people flocked to Kandy city to witness the glamour of the Randoli Perahara. Today, a tusker belonging to Sri Dalada Maligava named Singharaja is carrying the casket of sacred relics. The Rupavahini will bring all updates.
By the indigenous community, a practice which is being carried out in parallel to the Asala festival of the Sri Dalada Maligava has taken place today. The tradition is to conduct the puja on the first day of the Randoli Perahara every year. The leader of the indigenous community, Manilapto, has made the offering at the Sri Dalada Maligava this morning. The Diyavadana Nilame of the Sri Dalada Maligava, Pradeep Nilangadala, was also present at this occasion.
A vehicle congestion extending to a distance of 4 kilometers on the Southern Expressway was seen today as a result of a motor accident that took place near the Kathudu entrance of the highway. A tire of a lorry loaded with chunks of grass was blown up, causing the vehicle to topple into the roadside. The vehicle queue was reported towards Mathura direction from Kottawa this afternoon. The police said the vehicle was brought into a single lane to minimize traffic. The Gelanigama police station is conducting further inquiries.
The latest addition to the list of animals in the Dehivala Zoological Gardens is the lion cub Simba. Simba was actually born in the safari gardens of Hambantota to the lion couple Chandi and Meera. As the mother lion rejected the baby, it was brought to the Dehivala Zoological Gardens. Simba has been under the care and supervision of veterinarians and animal keepers at the zoo for 5 months. Visitors to the zoo are able to watch little Simba in good health conditions every day from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Elephant Dancing Theatre.
Elephant Manampitiya Chandi, injured in a shooting incident, is still in a serious condition. The wildlife officials are continuously providing treatment to the beast. It was around a week ago that Chandi fell into the Kotalia Canal. Unable to withstand pain inflicted from shooting around 3 weeks ago, 45-year-old Chandi elephant, 8.5 feet tall, is, a correspondent says, a continuous flow of blood was seen from the injured foot of the elephant. A wild elephant with a mouth injury due to consuming Hakkapatas explosive was reported from the Agbopura in Kantale. Residents have spotted the elephant only 2 weeks ago. They say repeatedly informing the officials regarding the treatment remain unheeded. Wild elephants have also been affected by dry weather condition. The water levels in Ma Oil is declining rapidly. Around 70 elephants of the Pinnavale Elephant Orphanage are being bathed in a stream of water affiliated to the Ma Oil. An elephant is being subjected to bathing twice a day, and in each instance the animal is kept in the water for a period of at least 2.5 hours. Due to depletion of the water level, a motor is used to spray water to the bodies of the elephants.
Here are some local news items in brief. Firewalking of the annual Nikini festival of the Munneshwaram Devalaya in Shillong took place yesterday. Head priest of the Devalaya, Sri Brahmanagar, has presided over the event. A program to distribute books and equipment among school children of fisher families in St. Rita's Road in Mount Lavinia was conducted recently. The event was organized by the Lakwanita Peramuna under the leadership of its president, Shantini Kongahage. 50 children were provided with equipment and visitors were handed over an advisory book. A special session of the 17th International IEEE Seminar on Industrial and Information Network was held at the main auditorium of the Sri Lanka Telecommunication Regulatory Commission. The session has especially dealt with the 6G technology, and it has also discussed on the problems confronted in implementing 5G. Attention has also been focused on important research findings on the usage of 6G.
The Colombo International Book Fair will be conducted at the BMRCH in Colombo from the 22nd of next month to the 1st of October. Signing of agreements of official sponsors and the reservation of trade stalls has taken place today. The signing of agreements has taken place at the headquarters of the Sri Lanka Book Publishers Association in Battaramulla. The national television is the official electronic media sponsor of the book exhibition, which is to be conducted for the 24th occasion. Well, that's it on local stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
මේ ලෝකයේ මිනිසුන් සතුන් දසදහස් ගණනක් ගව් ගණන් දුර ඇවිදිති. ජලය සොයා පිරිසිදු ජලය ඇති තැන් අපිරිසිදු නොකර
Welcome back. We move on to news overseas now. The drought-hit Panama Canal will maintain restrictions on the passage of ships for 1 year, a measure that has already led to a marine traffic jam as boats line up to enter the waterway linking two oceans. The canal is facing a shortage of rainwater needed to transfer ships through locks that function like water elevators, an engineering marvel that moves 6% of the world's maritime commerce up and over the continent between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The canal's sub-administrator, Ilya Espino, told AFP that unless heavy rains fall in the next 3 months, they are looking at a period of 1 year of restricted access.
Welcome back, and on sports news, the Western Province has won the championship trophy of the 47th National Sports Festival held at the Sugatadasa Stadium in Colombo.
The event has been jointly organised by the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs and the Sports Development Department. More than 5,000 sportsmen and women representing 9 provinces of the island have competed in 30 events. 262 gold medals, 262 silver medals and 360 bronze medals were presented to the winners. The competitors were able to create 5 new records at the tournament. The Western Province has received the President's Trophy of the tournament by securing 115 gold medals, 78 silver medals and 89 bronze medals. Minister of Justice, President's Council Vidyadasa Rajapaksa has presided over the concluding ceremony.
සූරතාවය බස්නාහිර පළාත
රටක් හැටියට බස්නාහිර පළාතේ සියලුම ක්‍රීඩා ක්‍රීඩිකාවන්ට සිය අත්පොලසන් ප්‍රසාදය පිරිනමමු.
සබඳු 47 වෙනි ජාතික තරගාවලිය සංවේදවත් කරගෙන දජ 47ක් රැගෙන නිරෝධයේදී මේ සමාජ ලක්ෂිතා අතරේ ඒකුළු ක්‍රීඩා අතරට ආසියාතික පදක් ප්‍රනාදී එස්.පී. රෝසා සිගතිරකට පීකේ අල්විහාරි රංජිත් අල්විහාරි දිනස් ඩයස් ඒ කර්මානන්ද ඉන්දුක දිසානායක අසිරික ජයක්‍රම අනුරුද්ධ දිසානායක ඊ.සී. ඒකනායක තර්ෂි කර්මාරත්
And that's all the news for tonight. Join us again at the same time.